So welcome to the video lecture series on theory of computation, and today's video lecture we'll be learning about how to convert an NFA to DFA. So here the problem is actually given in a tabular form. The first step what you are supposed to do is you are supposed to find the delta dash for each and every state which is connected here. Okay, so as per the tabular form we can see that Q0 is called as an initial state and Q3 is called as final state. Now I just make a parallel tabular form, so this is called as an NFA tabular form, and we will just try to make a DFA format here. So I just make a DFA tabular form. So DFA, you just make the first entry for NFA as DFA here. So what is the first entry? It is actually starting in the state called as Q0. So delta, and just I make delta of D. Delta of D is called as DFA, and I have two inputs, A and B. Now see, I take the first entry of NFA. NFA is actually Q0 here, and when I apply A in Q0 it goes to Q0 and Q1, but when you enter in DFA you just make a square brackets instead of curly brackets. Okay, Q0 comma Q1. And the first entry of NFA is Q0. When I apply B it goes to Q0 itself. So here also you just make it as Q0. Okay. Now you have got a new state. So here when you apply A you are getting Q0 and Q1, and when you are applying B you are getting Q0. Okay. But if you take this Q0, you have an entry in the DFA table. That means Q0 is already existing here. Okay, so that is not considered as a new state here. But if you take Q0 and Q1, this entry is not available in DFA. Okay, so this is going to be a new state. So you take this new state called as Q0, Q1. So that has to be taken as a whole state here. So Q0 and Q1 together, it has to be taken as a unique state. Okay, so it's a new state because I don't have entry for Q0 and Q1. Okay. Now in Q0, Q1, if you apply A, so what will be the output here? So now I will just go to the derivation here. So delta of, when I make Q0 comma Q1, and if I apply A here, what happens? So it can be abbreviated as delta of Q0 comma A union of delta of Q1 comma A. Okay. So when you apply Q0 comma A, so the NFA diagram actually when you apply Q0 A, it goes to Q0 and Q1. So now I have Q0 comma Q1 union, and when I apply Q1 A, okay, when I apply Q1 comma A, so where it goes as per the NFA table, when Q1, if A is applied, it goes to the state called as Q2. So just go to Q2. Now putting it together, so I should put square brackets here. Putting it together, so you get Q0, Q1 and Q2 here. So you get Q0, comma Q1, comma Q2. So this is going to be a new state. When Q0, Q1, A is applied, you are getting Q0, Q1 and Q2. So you just apply right in the DFA table. Okay, so it has been written. But what happens in Q0, Q1, if I apply A, you get Q0, Q1 and Q2. If in Q0, Q1, if I apply B, you have to identify what is the state. Now I just go to the next diagram, next transition here. So delta of, if I just use Q0, Q1, if I apply B here, so it can be abbreviated as Q0 comma B union of delta of Q1 comma B. Okay. Now in this case, when in Q0 if B is applied as per the diagram where it goes in Q0, if B is applied, it goes to Q0 itself. So I just write Q0 union. In Q1 if I apply B, where it goes? So I see the NFA table. So in Q1 when I apply B, I think it is B here, Q1 when I apply B, it goes to Q1 itself. So it goes to Q1. So now you are getting Q0 comma Q1. Now what happens when Q0 and Q1 clubbing it together? So you will get the answer called as Q0 Q1 state. Okay. Now I can write when I apply B, I get Q0 Q1. Okay. But if you take up this new state, okay, so I have two entries here. Q0 Q1 is a state, but this entry is already available in the DFA table, so this is not considered as a new state. But when you take up Q0 Q1 and Q2, so this is going to be a new state. Okay, whether the entry is available? No, the entry is not available here. That means you have to process this state also. Okay, so now I just go here Q0 Q1 and Q2. So when I apply A in Q0 Q1 and Q2, what happens? So delta of Q0, Q1 and Q2, if I apply A, what happens? So you go to delta of Q0 comma A, union of delta of Q1 comma A, union of delta of Q2 comma A. Okay, so three stages. So in Q0, if I apply A, you see where it goes in the NFA diagram. Q0, if we apply A, it goes to Q0 Q1, and in Q1 when I apply A, it goes to Q2, and in Q2 when I apply A, it goes to Q3. So see here, you are supposed to write it. You are getting Q0 Q1 union. In Q1, if I apply A, it goes to Q1. When I apply A, it goes to Q2. It goes to Q2. So you write Q2 here. Okay. And when I apply Q2 comma A, it goes to Q3. So I just write Q3. Now clubbing it together, you have the state called as Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay, so this is going to be a new state when A is applied in Q0, Q1, Q2. You are going to get this state. So I write in the DFA diagram Q1, comma Q2, comma Q3. So I get four different states now. Listen here, when I apply A here, when I apply A, you are getting Q0, Q1 and Q2. Now when I apply B, what happens? Q0, Q1, Q2. When I apply B, okay, so when I apply B, what happens? So it can be abbreviated as Q0 comma B union Q1 comma B union delta of Q2 comma B. Okay, so Q0 comma B. So Q0 comma B, it goes to Q0 itself. So as per the NFA diagram, when Q0, when you apply B, it goes to Q0 itself. And Q1, when I apply B, it goes to Q2. And in Q2, when I apply B, in Q1, when I apply B, it goes to Q1 itself. And Q2, when I apply B, it goes to Q3. Yeah, it goes to Q3. So just I have to now do it now. So Q0 comma B, where it goes to Q0 itself. So I just write here, it goes to Q0 itself. So union, when in Q1 comma B, so it goes to Q2. So see the NFA diagram, it goes to Q2. So Q1 comma B, it goes to Q1, isn't it? Yeah, it goes to Q1. And union Q2 comma B, Q2 comma B goes to Q3. Okay, so when you club it together, so you will get Q0, Q1 and Q3. Okay, so when I apply B, I get Q0, Q1 and Q3, Q0, Q1 and Q3. So I close it. Now which is the new state here? Okay, so the new state is actually, I have two new states here. One is Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 because the entry is not available there, and I have another state called as Q0, Q1 and Q3. Okay, so earlier you have Q0, Q1 and Q2, but here it is Q3. So this is a new state here. So these two are new states. So first apply the new state called as Q0. Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. So Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. When I apply 0 here, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, when I apply A here, what happens? So it can be abbreviated as delta of Q0, A, union of delta of Q1, A, union of delta of Q2, A, union of delta of Q3, A. Okay. So all the possibilities has been given. So Q0, A will be resulting in Q1, Q2. So Q1, Q2. Sorry, Q0, A results in Q0, Q1. Okay. It results in Q0, Q1. And when Q1, A results in Q2. So I put Q2 here. And Q2, A results in Q3. Okay, and the last one Q3, A. So I have no transition on Q3, so we must make it as pi. So you get Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. Okay, so when you apply A in Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3, you are getting the same state. So I just write it here: 0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. Okay. Now if I apply B here, what happens? So A, when I apply A, you are getting Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. When I apply B here, what happens? So delta of Q0, Q1, so Q2, Q3, B. So when I do it, delta of Q0, B, union of delta of Q1, B, union of delta of Q2, B, and union of delta of Q3, B. Okay, so Q3, B. So Q0, B will be giving the answer called as Q0 union. Q1, B will be giving the answer called as Q2. Sorry, Q1, B will be giving the answer called as Q1 again. Okay, now delta of Q2, B. So Q2, B will be giving the answer called as Q3, and Q3, B will be giving the answer called as Q2. Okay, when clubbing it together, you will get Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. So I put it together in an hierarchical fashion, the ascending order. So I will get the same state called as Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. Okay, so now I just go to the DFA diagram. I just write Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. For both A and B, I will be getting the new state, the same state. Now this has been done. Now which is the state which is yet to be processed now? Now the new state is actually Q0, Q1 and Q3. We don't have given any entry in this. Okay, so I just go Q0, Q1 and Q3. Okay, when A is applied, so what we have to do? So I just go here. So delta of Q0, Q1, Q3. If I apply A, what happens? So delta of Q0, A, union of delta of Q1, A, and union of delta of Q3, A. Okay, so Q0, A will be resulting in the answer called as Q0, Q1, union Q1, A. Okay, that will be resulting in the answer called as Q2, and Q3, A. It will be resulting in the answer called as pi. Okay, so again you will get the answer called as Q0, Q1 and Q2. Okay, this is not a new state which is already we have an entry in the DFA table. So when I apply A, you have Q0, Q1 and Q2. Now the last entry is actually when I apply B in Q0, Q1 and Q3. So what happens? So I just make delta of Q0, Q1, comma Q3, comma B. So it can be abbreviated as delta of Q0, comma B, union of delta of Q1, comma B, and union of delta of Q3, comma B. Okay. So Q0, comma B, as per the DFA NFA table, Q0, comma B is Q0 union, and Q1, comma B is Q1 union, and Q3, comma B. Q3, comma B will be resulting in Q2 itself. Yeah, it results in Q2. So when I club it together, you will get the answer called as Q0, Q1 and Q2. So this is also not a new state because already the entry is there for Q0, Q1 and Q2. So when I apply B, you get Q0, Q1 and Q2. Now the point is, which is actually the final state here? So you know that Q0 is an initial state. Yes, Q0 will be obviously an initial state. So what are the states which are actually reachable from Q0? From Q0 you can reach to Q0, Q1 and you go to Q0 itself. So from Q0, Q1 is reachable from initial state called as Q0. Okay, from Q0, Q1 what is reachable? So you can see reach Q0, Q1 and Q2 and Q0, Q1. Okay, so this is a new state. From Q0, Q1 and Q2 you can reach Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3 and Q0, Q1 and Q3. Okay, and from Q0, Q1 and Q3 you can just reach the same state A and B for the same transition and Q0. So almost all the states are reachable. Okay, so none of the states here is actually unreachable here. Every state is reachable, but which is called as a final state. So the original diagram says that in Q0 the Q3 is actually a final state. Okay, so wherever Q3 is there, so everything is called as a final state here. So in Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3, so you have Q3, so this is a final state, and Q0, Q1 and Q3 you have a final state. Okay, so that's it. So we have to just draw the diagram and we'll finish it off. Okay, so now simply we have to draw the diagram. So now I have 5 different states here. So how to draw this diagram? So I will just draw the diagram. You have 5 different states here. So first is Q0. Q0 is one state, and Q0, Q1 is another state, and Q0, Q1 and Q2, Q0, Q1 and Q2 is another state, and Q0, Q1, Q1, Q2 and Q3 is another state, and of course that is going to be the final state. So I put 2 rounds here, and one more thing is Q0, Q1 and Q3. Q0, Q1 and Q3. So this is also a final state. Okay, so I have 2 different final states here. Okay, so in Q0 is going to be the initial state, so I make it Q0. When I apply A, you just see the diagram, you see the transition table for DFA. So Q0, when I apply A, it goes to Q0, Q1 and Q0. Okay, so when I apply B here, it goes to Q0. So when I apply B, it goes to Q0 itself. When A is applied, it goes to Q0, Q1. Okay, so just draw the table, take the table and draw the respective diagram. So in Q0, Q1, when I apply A, it goes to Q0, Q1 and Q2. So Q0, Q1 and Q2 is here, so I just draw A here. Okay, when I apply B, in Q0, Q1, it goes to Q0 and Q1 itself. So I just make B here. Okay, B has been drawn. Now I come to the third state called as Q0, Q1 and Q2. If A is applied, it goes to Q0, Q1 and Q2 at Q3. Okay. Q2. Okay. So when A is applied, okay. So when B is applied in Q0, Q1, it is actually okay. Small correction here. So when A is applied in Q0, Q1, it goes to Q0, Q1 and Q2. When B is applied, it goes to Q0, Q1 itself. So I just make a loop here, B. Okay. And in Q0, Q1 and Q2, if A is applied, it goes to Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. So A, it goes here. When B is applied, it goes to Q0, Q1 and Q3. So I just make here, it goes to B. Okay. So now I come to the fourth state, Q0, Q1 and Q2. When A is applied or B is applied, it comes to the same state. So when A and B is applied, it comes to the same state. Now the last one is I go to the state called as Q0, Q1 and Q3. So Q0, Q1 and Q3, when A is applied, it comes to Q0, Q1 and Q2. Okay, so when A is applied, I just take a loop back and I just come here. So A is applied. Okay, and the last is when B is applied in Q0, Q1 and Q3, it goes to Q0, Q1 and Q2, same thing. So I just use A comma B. So that's the diagram about NFA to DFA conversion. So thanks for watching the video. Have a good day.